10 Unsolved Mysteries of the Aztec Empire. Number 10. The true location of Aztlán. The origin of the mighty Aztec Empire is shrouded in the mists of myth, beginning with an ancestral land called Aztlán, the land of whiteness, or the place of the herons. According to their own chronicles, it was from this paradisiacal island that the Mexica people embarked on a centuries-long pilgrimage, guided by their god Huitzilopochtli until they found the promised sign, an eagle devouring a serpent atop a cactus. This event would mark the founding of their capital, Tenochtitlan. However, the fundamental mystery persists. Was Aztlán a real place, or a mythological construct designed to give their lineage a divine origin? Theories about its location span a vast geography. Some scholars place it on the island of Mexicalteten, on the coast of Nayarit, Mexico, due to its similarity to descriptions in the codices. Others suggest it could be as far north as modern-day Utah in the United States, connecting the Aztecs to other Uto-Aztecan cultures in the region. The lack of conclusive archaeological evidence has led many to believe that Aztlán was not a physical place but a symbolic concept, a primordial homeland akin to Atlantis or the Garden of Eden, representing a glorious and unifying past. The definitive answer remains buried, leaving the true starting point of one of history's greatest empires as an unanswered question. Number 9. The Lost Writing System. The Aztecs possessed a sophisticated system for recording information in codices, manuscripts made from deerskin or amate paper. They used a combination of pictograms, which directly represented objects, and ideograms, which conveyed more abstract ideas. With this system, they recorded their history, genealogies, tributes, rituals, and astronomical knowledge. However, the Spanish conquest brought with it a systematic destruction of this vast library of knowledge. Zealous friars, considering them pagan works, burned hundreds or perhaps thousands of these invaluable documents. The real mystery lies not in whether they had writing, but in the potential that was lost. Experts debate whether the Aztec system was in a transitional phase, evolving toward a logographic or even phonetic script, similar to that of the Maya or Egyptians. Some glyphs already showed signs of representing sounds rather than ideas. Were they on the verge of an evolutionary leap in written communication? The massive destruction of the codices robbed us of the chance to know, leaving only fragments of a complex system whose true potential and sophistication we will likely never fully comprehend. It's like finding only a few pages from an entire library, a cultural void that hides the secrets of their worldview. Number 8. The disappearance of Moctezuma's treasure. One of the world's most famous lost treasure legends is that of Moctezuma's gold. When the Spanish conquistadors led by Hernán Cortés arrived in Tenochtitlan, they were astonished by the wealth of the Tlatoani, Moctezuma II. It is said they amassed an immense quantity of gold, silver, and precious jewels. However, following Moctezuma's death and the Aztec uprising, the Spanish were forced to flee the city on a chaotic and bloody night known as the Noche Triste, the Night of Sorrows. Burdened with as much gold as they could carry, many overloaded soldiers drowned in the canals surrounding the city or were captured and sacrificed. It is believed that a large portion of the treasure sank into the waters of Lake Texcoco that night and was never recovered. Over the centuries, countless explorers, archaeologists, and treasure hunters have searched for this legendary bounty, both on the grounds of modern-day Mexico City and along the conquistadors' possible escape routes. Despite some isolated findings of Aztec gold, like the famous gold bar found in 1981, the bulk of the treasure remains missing. Is it fragmented and buried beneath one of the world's largest metropolises? Or was it secretly recovered by the Aztecs themselves and hidden in a remote, sacred location? The mystery of Moctezuma's treasure continues to fuel imagination and greed. Number 7. The secret engineering of the Chinampas. Tenochtitlan, one of the most populous cities in the world at its time, was built on a lake. To feed its growing population, Aztec engineers developed one of the most ingenious and productive agricultural solutions in history. The Chinampas. These were artificial floating gardens, constructed from lakebed mud, reeds, and vegetation, and anchored by willow trees planted at their corners. They were incredibly fertile, allowing for up to 7 harvests a year, and providing most of the city's food. The mystery is not that they existed, but the precision and scale of their hydrological system. How did they manage to maintain such a perfect balance to prevent the Chinampas from flooding or drying out? What exact techniques did they use to build and maintain thousands of these plots, creating a network of canals and dikes that regulated water flow with astonishing efficiency? This intensive agricultural system was far more sophisticated than a simple accumulation of mud. It involved a deep understanding of hydrology, agronomy, and long-term planning that surpassed many European techniques of the era. The precise secrets of their construction and management on such a grand scale, without metal tools or beasts of burden, represent an engineering achievement whose full knowledge was lost with the fall of the empire. Number 6. The hidden purpose of the Tzompantli. In the heart of Tenochtitlan's sacred precinct stood a macabre and terrifying structure, the Huey Tzompantli, a monumental wooden rack where thousands of human skulls were displayed. For centuries, the conquistadors' accounts of this tower of skulls were dismissed as exaggerations to justify the violence of the conquest. However, recent excavations in downtown Mexico City have revealed the chilling truth. Archaeologists have unearthed a portion of this structure, confirming the existence of thousands of skulls, including those of women and children, challenging the idea that they were only captured warriors. While its function as a demonstration of military might and a warning to enemies is clear, the real mystery lies in its cosmological and ritualistic meaning. For the Aztecs, human sacrifice was a sacred act to nourish the gods and maintain the balance of the universe. The Tzompantli was not just a war trophy, but a portal or an offering to the deities of the underworld. What did the specific arrangement of the skulls symbolize? Why were women and children included, and what role did they play in this dialogue with the divine? The scale and complexity of this structure suggest a purpose far deeper than simple intimidation, a symbolic and ritualistic language whose complete code we have yet to decipher. Number 5. The Aztec Espionage and Communication Network. The Aztec Empire controlled a vast territory thanks to its military power, but also to an incredibly efficient information network. This network relied on the pioneer, elite messengers and runners known for their astonishing speed and endurance. It is said they could cover distances of up to 400 kilometers, about 250 miles, in a single day, operating in a relay system that allowed news, military reports, and luxury goods to travel swiftly from the empire's borders to the capital, Tenochtitlan. It is told that the Tlatoani Moctezuma could eat fresh fish from the Gulf of Mexico just one day after it was caught. The enduring mystery is the true sophistication and organization of this network. How did they ensure the security of messages in an empire with constant revolts and hostile territories? Did they use some form of code or cipher to protect sensitive military information from being intercepted? Furthermore, these messengers not only carried messages but also acted as spies, gathering intelligence on tributary provinces and enemy states. The full scope of this intelligence network, its training methods, secret routes, and counter-espionage techniques, is largely unknown, representing a system of logistics and espionage whose effectiveness rivaled that of old-world empires. Number 4. The real cause of the demographic collapse. The traditional narrative attributes the collapse of the Aztec Empire almost exclusively to 2 factors: Spanish military superiority and, above all, the devastating epidemics of old-world diseases, like smallpox, to which the native population had no immunity. It is estimated that these diseases wiped out up to 90% of the indigenous population over the course of a century. Undoubtedly, the pandemics were an apocalyptic factor, but some historians and archaeologists wonder if this is the whole story. The real mystery is whether other internal or environmental factors created a perfect storm that made the empire exceptionally vulnerable. Recent research suggests that a massive epidemic of cocolistli, a hemorrhagic fever likely native to Mexico and exacerbated by an extreme drought, had already decimated the population just before and during the conquest. Was the empire already in a state of social and environmental crisis? Were there internal divisions and a political fragility far deeper than previously believed, which were the true catalysts for its rapid disintegration? It's possible that the Spanish conquest was not the sole cause of the collapse, but rather the final blow to a giant that was already staggering for reasons we are only now beginning to understand. Number 3. The secret astronomical knowledge. It is well known that the Aztecs were accomplished astronomers. Their calendar, the Sunstone, Piedra del Sol, is a testament to their complex understanding of the cycles of time and the cosmos. Their temples and cities were aligned with astonishing precision to celestial events, like solstices and equinoxes. They used this knowledge to regulate their agriculture, ritual life, and prophecies. However, what we know is likely just the tip of the iceberg of their astronomical wisdom, as most of their scientific codices were destroyed. The great mystery is the depth of their lost knowledge. Did they have records of supernovas, comets, or eclipses dating back centuries? Did they understand advanced mathematical concepts, like an equivalent to zero, to perform their calculations, a knowledge that was not passed down? The precise alignment of structures like the Templo Mayor suggests a practical understanding of geometry and astronomy that is difficult to explain without advanced optical instruments. Did they possess a secret knowledge reserved only for the priestly elite about the nature of the stars and planets that has been lost forever? The archaeological evidence points to a science far more sophisticated than we can prove, leaving us with the intriguing question of what secrets of the universe the Aztecs knew. Number 2. The true extent of Aztec trade. The economy of the Aztec Empire was sustained by a system of tribute and vibrant trade, centered on the massive market of Tlatelolco, which astonished the Spanish with its size and organization. We know they traded with peoples throughout Mesoamerica, obtaining exotic goods like quetzal feathers from the jungles of Guatemala, turquoise from northern Mexico, and cacao from coastal regions. However, recent archaeological findings are challenging the known limits of their commercial influence, posing a fascinating mystery. Artifacts and materials have been found in the heart of the empire that suggest far more extensive trade routes than previously believed. There is evidence of possible contact with Andean cultures in South America and even with peoples of the Mississippian area in what is now the United States. Did Aztec trade canoes reach the Caribbean or even further? Did a long-distance continental trade network exist, a kind of Silk Road of the Americas, of which the Aztecs were a crucial hub? Proving the existence and regularity of such vast-scale contacts is incredibly difficult, but the evidence suggests the Aztec world may have been interconnected in ways we are only beginning to imagine, redefining our map of pre-Columbian interactions. Number 1. The lost tomb of the great Tlatoanis. Of all the mysteries surrounding the Aztec Empire, the greatest and most coveted by archaeologists is undoubtedly the location of the royal tombs. Unlike other great ancient civilizations like the Egyptians or the Maya, not a single intact tomb of a Tlatoani or Aztec emperor has ever been discovered. Supreme leaders like Ahuitzotl, Moctezuma I, or Moctezuma II ruled one of the richest and most powerful empires on the continent, and chronicles describe lavish funerals where they were cremated with immense offerings of gold, jade, and precious objects, along with the bodies of their sacrificed servants. Historical sources indicate that the cremated remains of the rulers were deposited in funerary urns within a structure called the Cuauhtéocalli, or near the Templo Mayor, in the Sacred Heart of Tenochtitlan. Despite decades of intensive excavations in this area, which have revealed temples, offerings, and the Huitzompantli, the tomb of a Tlatoani remains elusive. The discovery of one of these tombs would be the most important archaeological find in Mexican history. It would not only reveal unimaginable treasures but also provide invaluable information about their funerary rites, their vision of the afterlife, and the true power of their leaders. The lost tomb of an Aztec emperor is the holy grail of Mesoamerican archaeology, a final, silent secret kept beneath the asphalt of modern Mexico City.
Thank you for watching our video. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Give it a like, comment your thoughts, and share this video with your friends and family.